Hey guys, Dr. Deucer here, MTFUcoach.com. Hey, look at this. Look at that. That was liquid a few minutes ago. And now look at it. It's like magic. It's congealed. I'm going to tell you why this is relevant in a second. Talking about digestion here tonight and getting constipated and not being able to go. And me being 56 now, I guess being of older years now, I'm supposed to complain about these things, but I don't. I'm very regular. I subscribe to the theory that the body thrives on regularity. I do the same things every day. Even my nutrition is basically the same every day. I eat the same things. I don't have any food addictions. Eating to me is not really a social function. I really eat more for fuel. So I know what works best for my body, and when I discover that, I stick to it. It's 6 meals a day. It's ground turkey, the first meal with a couple of eggs. The other 5 meals are ground chicken, and there's some other elements mixed along with that, but my protein base is basically 6 meals of mostly chicken and turkey. And when you do that without the paucity of variety, you sometimes get bind it up, and you can't have a bowel movement. And not only is that uncomfortable, it's a signature or a sign of not having the best health. Because listen, as bodybuilders, or if you're just building your body, because most people here are not competing in bodybuilding contests, but you are building your body, you're fortifying your body. We've talked about that. As opposed to a person who is not, I don't want to say average or normal, but a person who doesn't go to the gym and do these things. Even if you're just trying, you go in there and you work out and you tear yourself down a little bit and you want the body to heal back up to where it was, you know, in other words, your muscle's going to repair. You still have to eat a little more to do that. And if you're really trying to put some muscle on, you know, not even necessarily an appreciable amount, but any amount of muscle, you have to eat even more. So when you're working out and you're building your body, you have to eat a higher volume of food and more frequently. So right there, that puts a strain on the digestive system and in the intestinal system. So it's very important that you get that movement going. And these high levels of food can bind you up. Another interesting factor here is we'll look at estrogen levels. We all know that we want to keep those down, especially in the men. Women too, but more so in men. One of the main ways of excreting estrogen from the body is via bowel movements or defecation. So if you're only going 2 or 3 times a week, and that's happened, it's happened to me, you're going to have higher levels of estrogen, and that's not a good thing. So really, you want your body to follow that circadian rhythm. You want to do the same things every day. You want to go to the bathroom same time every single day. You want to eat basically at the same times every day, go to sleep at the same time. I know I'm talking about a perfect world, but when you're really, really dialed in and you do this long enough, you come close enough where the body benefits from that, from its thriving on regularity, consistency. And you're going to get what you're going to get, and you're going to learn what works for you. So as far as drinking water, you know, I work with Evan Centopani, as many of you know. This is my 3rd leg training with him. I usually train with him for 6 to 8 month periods. And the first time I trained with him back in 2015 to 16, he told me, Mike, don't drink any fluids during your meals. And I kind of thought, I'm just going to drink fluid during my meals. It's hard to swallow the food. So I didn't listen totally. And I got good results. I ended up cutting out at 180 pounds. I was pretty ripped. But now online to be over 190 and just as ripped. You know, time passed. I'm much further away from all those injuries I suffered before I worked with him, so there's other factors, but I don't drink any fluids during meals. If you look at the scientific literature, it says that doesn't make a difference. You could drink fluids during your meals, after your meals. Listen, Evan doesn't have any scientific degrees, and even though I do, he's one of the go-to bodybuilders when it comes to nutrition. If anybody knows bodybuilding at all, he's very erudite when it comes to all things nutrition and digestion. I subscribe to this. I don't drink any fluids during my meals, and I'm getting great results. And I'm having regular bowel movements. And I'm going to show you something in a second that helps me with that. In fact, I'm going to show you right now. It's the Psyllium Husks powder. Okay, I hope you can see that. A little bit of a glare in here. The company is Yerba Prima. It's a very good company. I don't get anything from them. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I just want you guys to get some help from this Psyllium Husks powder. And this cup I showed you, I make my little combination. I have it 3 times a day. I have it in the morning with my creatine powder. That's flavored, so I just put the husk, teaspoon of that in there, and water. Mix it up in a blender. Drink it right away. I'll have it around 2 or 3 just plain with water, mix it up. And then now, and I'll have a little bit of Crystal Light for flavoring, and the Psyllium Husk powder and water. And if you don't drink it in a timely fashion, it'll congeal. Look at that. So what does that mean? It means I got to go make another one, but that's okay, because, you know, I mess up a couple times a day, and I don't know if I hit my allotted quota yet, so that's good in that way. But it binds and it drags stuff out of the body. Because listen, guys, especially in the small intestine, that's where the intestinal villi are located. There's thousands of them. There are these little projections inside the lumen of the intestine. The projections that increase the surface area, the absorptive surface area of the intestines hundreds of times. And again, even though you have all that ability to absorb all those great nutrients you're taking in, if you're obscuring them by the food getting clogged up in there, then you're not doing yourself any good. And people wonder, you know, I've heard people say many, many times, you know, I eat perfectly, I train really hard, I do this, I do that, and I'm not getting any gains. There is always a way to get gains. You're usually not doing something right. And you can have everything on point, but if your digestion isn't there, I don't know. It's like pumping gas in your car and there's a leak and it's just going out of your car and it's not even helping. Not the best analogy, but I think you know what I mean. But with this product here, I basically take water. Evan says to put juice in it. Juice with a higher pulp makes it heavier. It makes it thicker to drag the food out. You can see, i.e. this right here. Right now, I'm working on really getting as cut as possible. So no juice. Less calories, less is more. But look, it's a sign of good health, regular bowel movements, and drink a lot of water. Just, you know, aside from the meals, you got to keep your water really high. Just a quick note, back in the 80s, I used to almost boast that I hardly drank any water. And I'm sure I drank enough, but listen, we didn't carry gallon containers around. I'm not saying that's good or bad now, but it is good that people are more mindful of getting that water in and frequently, and you know, a gallon or more a day, and you'll hear all different numbers pushed. I mean, Sean Ray says 3 gallons a day, and look, there ain't no way I could do that. I mean, I could, but you know, it's not realistic, it's not practical, and I don't think it's necessary for me. I mean, you know, I'm just a splinter of the size of a Sean Ray, so I don't know if that makes a difference. But listen, yeah, check this out, try it out. If you're not using something, always check with your doctor, make sure everything is good. I mean, if you are backed up and it seems inordinate or irregular, or there's no explanation for it, or it just started all of a sudden, get checked out, because you know, you may have a tumor. It's not the tumor. I don't know. Listen, I only give information. I'm not giving advice. There's a difference. Okay, so get yourself checked out. Be responsible. Be successful. Try this out. Let me know what you think. Put your thoughts, questions, consideration statements down below. Give me a thumbs up if you think it's warranted. I'm going to go make another one of these right now, and that'll be about it. You have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow.